I would like to take this opportunity to present my tribute to Rajani Kanth, fearless warrior for females, families and tribes against Eurocentric modernity. His insights are of extreme importance for understanding and shaping the world we live in today. I start with a quote from one of his papers that even though Eurocentric thought is the cause of most of the problems, it actually dominates the world and is thought of as the solution. In a famous experiment carried out in Germany in the 20th century, scientists put a pair of inverting glasses on his assistant, which caused him disorientation because it made the world appear upside down. But after a while he got adjusted to this and he started seeing world correctly again. And this is exactly what has happened as a result of the global conquest by the Europeans in the early 20th century. It created a superiority complex in Europeans and an inferiority complex in the rest of the world. Rajani's work is a powerful antidote to this toxic Eurocentric narrative that the conquest of the globe was a civilizing mission of Europe to savages and barbarians inhabiting the world. Rajani proposes the opposite, that European savages and barbarians have wiped out civilization from the planet Earth. I find it useful to think of Rajani as expansion and explanation of Gandhi's brief and pithy remark about Western civilization. It's impossible to cover the scope of Rajani's work, so I will just focus sharply on one point that I find most important, and that is the idea that economics is really the religion of modernity. And once we understand it this way, it is a belief system. It has nothing to do with what it claims to be a science and aspect of knowledge. Some of the key elements of the economics religion is that our life is about maximization of our pleasure, and that all is fair in pursuit of pleasure, power, and profits. We live in a jungle of cutthroat competition governed by greed, individualism, hedonism. So this toxic message requires a counter, which Rajani has provided, that basically the central sources of our pleasure are social groupings, family, kinfolk, and tribe, and the basis of good character is the feminine aspect. And the important realization is that actually today this is the central religion of all mankind. There are no Muslims or Jews or Christians or Buddhists left. Everyone is, except for a very small minority, everyone has been trapped by the matrix of this religion. The solution that Kanth proposes is that we must learn to be authentically. There is no need for violence, no need for to storm the bastions of capitalism. If we just learn to recognize the inner human being in us and behave authentically, we can modernity will collapse on itself. Extrapolating from the roots that Kanth provides, we wish to reconstruct the entire structure of human knowledge. Eurocentric ways of knowing the world are toxic and they must be replaced. I have my own efforts in this direction in the development of Ulumul Umran, which is the knowledge of living together in groups based on Ibn Khaldun. And basically this corresponds to the tribal society model put forth by Kanth. So to conclude, I would just like to thank Rajani for his extraordinary work, and he has substantially expanded the range of what we can say and what we can think, and for this we are all grateful to his life of effort in this direction.